The Father has revealed to you today that you are a person who loves profoundly and makes great commitments. On occasion, this will bring you into problems, and it will also leave you open to the possibility of being rejected by a spirit. From the inside out, I am cleansing you from that spirit that has been rejected. Your feelings of self-pity and depression will begin to fade away today. By sacrificing myself on the cross, I took upon myself all of the hurts, rejections, and disdain that men have for me. I was disregarded in order to make it possible for you to be welcomed and honored in the presence of the Father who is in heaven. In the future, you will no longer look for the honor that can only be found in men. I will make you happy with the honor that comes from being on the throne yourself. Even if men look down on you, you should not let this bother you. On earth, folks will look down on you, but in heaven, angels will praise you for your accomplishments. Angels will come together in the sky to support you in the event that your loved ones and friends desert you on earth. The Father declares that you are His, and that not a single hair will fall from your head without my entire and undivided attention. According to the Father, you are identical like the pupil of my eye. You are neither inconsequential nor devoid of significance. Some people believe that they are able to survive without you, but that is not the feeling that permeates heaven. In the absence of your participation, I am not willing for my plan to be carried out or implemented. I invite you to come to me, says the Father. Together, we will find the destiny that has been engraved in your spirit since before the foundation of the world. As you ascend into me, I will descend unto you, and we will exult together. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I am altering the manner in which church is carried out in the earth. I am putting the emphasis on being the church rather than simply doing church. The Father declares that you will no longer simply attend to church in this hour. I am laying the hand of my emphasis on being the church. From this day on, you will take your place as the church that is among the people of the earth. According to the Father, the most important distinction is that the realm of the demons is going to take notice and stand up. It is going to be the day off for the demonic minions, and they are going to be summoned in. As a result of your assumption of your position within the kingdom, the principalities and powers will no longer be able to enjoy the luxury of doing nothing on Sundays. The Father has revealed that the demons and powers of spiritual darkness are changing their work schedules to include 7 days of work and working additional shifts. As a result of the fact that they will be working late, they will need to adjust their alarms to go off earlier and must abandon their plans for supper. The kingdom of evil is going to be plagued by the church on earth, which will also plunder its stockpiles and set the prisoners free. It is because my church is taking their position in the globe that I am going to change nations in a single day, declares the Father. As I remake the geopolitical geography of the planet in a single day, the pundits and media demagogues are going to rush through their makeup in order to report on breaking news. The day of the development of my kingdom has arrived, and there will be no further delay. Therefore, it is imperative that you prepare your combat stations and general quarters in a commanding manner. There is no longer any time to waste by wasting time with the affairs of this life. You have reached the end of the distractions that you have permitted to keep you occupied. As we enter a day and a season of change and transformation, you are being called upon to play your part and capture the spoils of this transformation. When it comes to donning the garland of triumph, you will not wait until after the event. You are going to walk into the battle wearing the epaulets of triumph, since the outcome is certain to be positive. The time that you have prayed and yearned for has now arrived. Therefore, rejoice and allow the power of my Spirit to rejuvenate you. This is the time when I will be glorified, and you will have the opportunity to play a pivotal role in the process. The blessings that God has bestowed upon you today are beyond the comprehension of human beings. I will not allow you to justify my blessings in your life via natural reasoning or in any way earn my kindness or favor. You will not be able to do either of those things. My blessing over you does not originate from the world of the mind, rather, it originates from the depths of my heart. The love that I have for you is the source of my blessings, my goodness, and the sensitive loving compassion that I show to you each and every day. Accept the fresh mercies that have come into your life today, yes, even the mercies that come into your life with each and every dawn. In the same way that I am a passionate father, I am also passionate about you to a significant extent. It is because of the profound love that I have for you that I went to the cross. The reason I ascended to the throne was because of the passion I had for you. While I am seated on the throne of heaven, I continue to be moved by this passion on your behalf. As a result of the immense love that I have for you, the skies are ripped apart, and the hills itself will melt and flow down. Have faith in what I will do next. It is not true that I am still involved in your predicament, says the Father. In light of the circumstances, I am moving in order to will and to do what is to my good delight. I am a trustworthy Father, and I will provide you with meals of fidelity even in this hour. I will feed you with faithfulness. I am the Father, and I am saying to you today, move in my compassion. Leave the company of those who are critical and those who are debating, and be among those who are suffering. I command you to speak my message of deliverance and healing. Speak my word of truth, which will enlighten the eyes of those who are blind and set those who are in darkness free. If you follow the flow of my Spirit, you will arrive to the turbulent rivers where things change and hearts are transformed. It is your pleasure and responsibility to take care of this matter first and foremost. In order to fulfill my mandate to those who are lost, my hand will be upon those individuals who are willing to leave the camp of those who are engaged in religious debates without adequate knowledge. It is the Father's will that you become certain of your calling and election. I have not called you to sit in the seat of the scornful, nor have I asked you to congregate with those who talk and point, saying, "Aha, aha." No, the Father continues, I have called you to greater things, things that make for peace, and things that satisfy the needs of the kingdom. During this day, do not conceal yourself from your own flesh. When you preach my everlasting kingdom, there will be abundant recompense returned to you in this life, and in the world to come, there will be life that is forever. Walk in self-disclosure and openness, knowing that those who preach themselves get their reward. In today's message, the Father encourages us to reject the path of apathy and silence. A voice-activated and motion-activated version of my word and my kingdom are also available. Compared to what you are waiting for me to do or say further, what you do with what I have already stated is a great deal more powerful. What exactly are you holding in your hand? What is the very last thing that you are aware of that I instructed you to do? In light of the fact that you have pleaded and pleaded for my will, I am telling you today that my will is for you to make a choice. If you are willing to refuse to stand in passivity and inactivity as though things might change while you are stagnating on the vine, then I will be able to provide assistance with whatever decision that you make. I have already provided you with those who will stand with you and come to an agreement to see things done, so allow the vintages of my understandings that are contained within you to be poured from one vessel into another. Currently, we are living in the year of perfect heaven on earth. I am an author in the sky, and I am also an author on earth. I am always writing. At the same time that I am a finisher in the sky, I am also a finisher of the earth. Just as I am, you are as well. Go forth and get something started, and I will support the job that you have done with your hands. Now is the time to go forth and finish. Allow the anointing of completion to descend upon you. Make it clear that you will not allow things to go unfinished, unspoken, or unresolved, since it is not my way or my character. If you take action, speak your mind, and go forward, then I will make the way for you to receive even more blessings and favors, says God. There is the sound of an abundance of rain in your life, the Father says today. His words are heard in your life. Be sure to prepare your land. It is important to plant the seed that you want to create in the ground, and it is equally important to remove the seed from the ground that you do not want to bring forth in your life. The actions you take, the words you say, and the ideas you have are all stored within your heart, waiting to bring forth some 100, some 30, and some 60-fold rewards. Your fallow field should be broken up, and the stones and offenses that never serve to bring about anything positive should be removed. I have planted a good seed in your life to bless you and to put you over in life. Therefore, you must not allow disbelief or bad feelings to persist, because they will eventually sprout up and consume the good seed. I have given you the capacity to overcome disappointment and force it to have a crop failure of its bitter harvests. Disappointments will entice you to get over into uncertainty, but I have instilled in you the ability to overcome disappointment. As the winds of gossip blow in, criticisms of other people and idle chatter will make their way in. Let the wind of my truth blow over them and carry them away to pastures that are different. Today, I consider you to be on solid ground. There is already the possibility that you will bring about 100-fold return on houses that you did not construct, vineyards that you did not cultivate, and wheat that you did not grind. I will take the wealth of the heathen and bring it to you as an inheritance, but it is your job to deal with every negative thing, every sin, and every false thing that creates a burden on the ground of your life, for what those things bring forth is not your portion, says God. Dream the bigger dream, the Father encourages us to do today. Eliminate all of those expectations that are based on a discount basement. Put your focus on things that are high above you, expand your wings, and take flight. It is the dreams that you have that will determine the course of your future. The dreams that come to you come from the depths of your spirit, and they are meant to fill you with hope, anticipation, and the joy of knowing that I am controlling your tomorrows. There is no peace or inheritance for you in the upheaval that is occurring all around you on the global stage. I have made my kingdom a place of joy and serenity. The bread that I provide for you today is that, and the water that I provide for you is that which refreshes you. Taking a deep drink will allow you to feel the fulfillment of your soul today, as well as hope for the day that lies ahead. Do not be afraid to dream. Do not be afraid to strive for the best and the best. You should travel in first class all the way to heaven. You won't be traveling in coach. On your route to my kingdom, there are no low-cost airlines that you can use. My throne is surrounded by an emerald rainbow, and the streets are asphalted with gold. There is nothing about heaven that can justify a mindset that is characterized by poverty. There is no value that I attach to being second best or second rate. You are the culmination of my affection and my want for friendship and fellowship, and I made you to fulfill those desires. You should never be critical of oneself. Never put yourself or others down in any way. Live out your day, this day, with the dignity and grace of someone whose greatest benefactor sits on the throne, orchestrating the fulfillment of your deepest heart's desire and your greatest dream. The Father has informed you that you are not currently in a stalemate. Take a step forward in faith and belief. To put it simply, you are on the verge of a miracle. Step outside. Peter disregarded the advice of 11 of the most spiritual persons he had ever encountered in his life and decided to abandon the boat. Step outside. We are now at the water walking phase. If you are afraid of making a mistake, you should not be, because I will make even your blunders successful. One of the 12 disciples, Peter, was the only one who explored the possibility that what they saw might not have been a spirit when they saw me walking on the waves toward them in the storm. He had the willingness to inquire, "Lord, is it you? What about you, then? Are you prepared to make choices that have the potential to go against the grain of conventional wisdom?" You must be willing to make a decision that is not conventional if you want to achieve an end that is not considered conventional. It is impossible to please me if you do not have faith, declares the Father. Remember this. The path of trust is not one that involves asking questions, seeking confirmations, or seeking counsel to the extent that it needs you to have no faith at all. Hear what your inner man has to say. Have faith in what my word has already confirmed. Seek for folks who are walking in a bigger anointing and a heavier favor from heaven than you are as you go about your daily life. The religion that they hold. Despite the fact that I do not respect individuals, I do respect religious beliefs. If you desire what they have, you have to accomplish the same things that they have. In the kingdom, there are no shortcuts to be taken. Each and every one of your actions must stem from the understanding that you have within you regarding who I am. You are not going to be dissatisfied with the events that take place once you follow the tug of my Holy Spirit and declare, "This is the way, walk in it." As of today, the Father has announced that the spirit of heaviness is departing, and the garment of joy is on its way. Your mental state is fine. In this moment, the Father declares that every influence and every seed that the adversary has planted in your mind and heart will no longer be tolerated in your life. You are powerful, and you have a clear intention. Today, the power of my strong right hand will disperse the roots of fear and rejection that the enemy feeds on. This is exactly what the enemy wants to happen. Coming soon comes peace. Currently, the stillness of spirit serves as the backdrop for your thoughts, and you are able to clearly hear my voice. I give you the ability to go in this way today, says the Father, and I enable you to find your way. You are experiencing a day that is filled with new life and new hope. With each new day comes the hope that you will be showered with additional mercy. I am not angry with you, rather, I am fond of you. You have not caused me any anger. You are not in danger from me. I am providing you with guidance and preparing you to walk with the shod feet of the truth that is found in the gospel. The reality that I am on the inside of you now dispels every falsehood that the adversary has given you about yourself and the circumstances in which you find yourself. You have been adored. You have been included. This very day, your road is turning upward to the brighter and brighter day of my favor and goodness. You are empowered, and now this very day, your path is turning higher. Covetousness has no place in your life, the Father says today, for I am yours and everything is mine. Your life is nothing but mine. In order for you to experience a life that is free from impurity and is completely satisfied, I have given you all that the Father has provided to me during the course of my life. It is pointless to use the arm of the flesh. Dependence on other people and idolatry are both forms of defilement, thus, you should remove all of these things from your mind and heart. You should not rely on the government, your family, or any other solution that seems to come out of thin air. In this day and age, I declare to you that I am the one who is present in your life, and that my name is Jehovah Jireh. I am your dependence, I am your strength, and I am your ever-flowing fountain of supply, compensation, and richness in everything. I am your dependence on me. The Father makes the statement that the bitter root of unforgiveness has now been extracted. What you need to do is open your eyes to the past disappointments, shattered hopes, and catastrophic outcomes. You can see that I was there for you even when everything around you suggested that you were alone and left to your own devices. You are not the ones who have been abandoned, rather, you are the ones who have been accepted. You do not exist as an orphan. I will tell it once more, you are not an orphan, you are considered a member of the Beloved. You are the privileged child of a Father who is both loving and affluent, and I provide for all of your need in accordance with the abundance that I possess in glory. Have you some faith in this? I am your source, your steady right hand, and your hope of prosperity, supernatural increase, and every good thing, says the Father. Therefore, forsake all dependence on human flesh and look to me as your source. Today, the Father encourages us to let go of our fears and anxieties. These things are the result of relying on the arm of flesh and being enslaved by your own perception of your own limitations. I am your reliance and your source of strength. I promise that I will never let you down or let you down. There is no way that I will ever abandon you or cut myself apart from you. Know that it is within your ability to recognize and remove from you the afflicting sins and transgressions that hinder you from experiencing the joy that is beyond description and full of glory that was paid for on the cross in your behalf. This is something you should keep in mind whenever you feel as though you are separated from my presence. I am a holy God, and I reside in the highest and holiest place among people who are humble before me and those who are contrite in the face of every testing circumstance. I grant my loving rest and serenity, says the Father, so loosen your grip on your hands and loosen your grip on your teeth. If you give in to tension, you will end up being separated from the destiny that I have set before you so that you can enter it. Therefore, the servant of God must refrain from striving. Relax and take a break. Obtain the yoke with ease and the burden with lightness. I say to you and prophesy into your life that I have lifted off of you the heavy burden and brought you into the path of light that brings you to liberty and freedom from every false weight and every guilty charge, says the Father. Be wary of the religious mentality that cries out, "Burden of the Lord, the burden of the Lord," because I say to you and prophesy into your life that I have done this. Today, the Father tells you that you are making progress toward the atonement. At this very now, you are standing in a condition of harmony with me in the splendor. The washing of the red flow that was blooded at Calvary and pouring fresh into your heart, your spirit, and every element of your life and your person is something that you should accept. You are no longer able to be held back by fear. My irreducible life is in you, and my love is moving in ascension above every opposition and decline in the surroundings you find yourself in. Death is an ineffective power against you since my life is in you. Right now, on this very day, you are living, moving, and having your being in me. In the same way that I am within the heavens, so are you within the earth, declares God. The rage that was stored up inside of you is finally leaving your body. When you truly and completely grasp that you are accepted and the adored, rejection is leaving at your doorstep. You will never again experience a lack in your life from this day forward. The act of withholding or drawing back is not permitted. According to the Lord, there is a severe evil permeating the planet, and it is riches that are being withheld by their owners to their own detriment. The generosity of my limitlessness is waiting for you to open your heart and enter into it. Because my goodness flows out of you to others, you will not experience a shortage of anything. Creating and forming everything that is necessary is exactly what my creative and dynamic power is doing. On this day, I bestow upon you the power within my spirit to generate money and to continue forward with the transfer of the wealth that has been ordered to be distributed to my children on earth. You will experience fullness, and you will understand what it means to give over to the efforts of the kingdom that I have brought to the point where they are abundant in your life. You will find the manna of my goodness at your feet every morning, and the water will come from the rock that I am in your life to fulfill every need. If you stand up for what you are entitled to, then the stones will be transformed into bread. In today's message, the Father declares, I am removing captivity and bondage from your life, as well as dissolving and canceling them. It will no longer be necessary for you to be a slave to your upbringing. You are no longer going to be defined by the poor decisions you made in the past. Because I am grafting you into the pure and clean bloodline of the Lamb of God, which is established on the throne of your heart, the generational effects that have been passed down via your family tree are gradually disappearing. The provision that you have today is also your entitlement at this moment. The filthiness has been cleaned, according to God. The putrefaction of the spirit is being replaced with cleanliness and the truth that is wholesome and ingestible. On the inside of you, I am manifesting and making myself known, and I want truth to be present in the inner portions of you. I am the meal that has been thrown into the poison pot, which cleanses that which has deceived you, stolen from you, and taken life and life in greater abundance from you. God states that wherever my spirit is, there is liberty, and on this day I grant you permission to walk in that liberty. Come out of the confinement of captivity and break free from its shackles. Please refrain from engaging in the thoughts and actions that will bring about the curse and deprive you of my favor and goodwill. My name is your father. That is me, your mother. I am your all in all, and I cure your backsliding so that you may discover the complete freedom that I went to the cross to make a reality in your life. I am your all in all. In today's message, the Father declares, I will send ravens to supply you with food. You only need to get to the location that I have designated as there in order to fulfill my instructions. Every morning, I will make it so that you consume the manna that is contained within my provision. I will make it such that you drink from the rock from which I am made. Due to the fact that you listen to my message, you will be blessed with the ability to plant seeds in the place where others have perished from starvation. A reduction and dissolution of unbelief is taking place. I am working in and with you to bring you into line with everything that I have planned and have in mind for you, and I am looking forward to the opportunities that faith will bring you in the near future. God has told you that you are not a borrower. Not only are you a lender, but you are also a borrower. The window of heaven has been opened today, and I have opened it to pour down the bounty that cannot be contained. By engaging in courageous and audacious acts of faith, you can open the window of your capacity to receive. Are you sure you didn't believe that I would abandon you in a state of servitude or captivity? You will now be like those who dream, and your life will progress to the point where each day will be a little bit of heaven, a package of power, truth, and liberty to travel to heaven in. This is the reality that you will experience. In today's message, the Father assures you that you are not running out of money. One should not be concerned about money, rather, one should be concerned about money. During the night, money is wringing its hands and lying awake, afraid that there is not enough money to satisfy the demand that your trust places on it. Your dreams are not the result of avarice, rather, they are the result of God and me influencing you to perceive yourself in a different light in relation to your station in life than what you have actually experienced. You will receive the raise. You are your own promotion. I will shower you with the money rewards that you do not even have a bank account set up to get. I will do this for you. The affliction of poverty has been lifted, and the bountiful gifts of the skies are on their way. God says that today is the day that I break poverty in your life. I will cause money to move by the Spirit every time you deal with your accounts, every time you reach into your wallet or purse. You will not be a God robber, you will be a partner with me. I will cause money to move. Because you are now conducting business based on your confidence in the economics of the kingdom, you are not constrained by the principles of the economy of man. You are not restricted in any way because the kingdom does not have any boundaries. The fact that you have collaborated with me in the endeavors of my kingdom will result in the monetization of your dreams, the forgiveness of all of your obligations, and the capitalization of all of your projects. On this day, the Father assures you that you will not experience failure. I am the God who is love, and love is everlasting and unchanging. Due to the fact that I am present inside you and that you are aligning and resting in accordance with my will and my thoughts, you will be able to put your foot forward and your hand to work, and you will achieve success in whatever you do. The plan will be made, and I will be in charge of directing it. If you plan, I will intervene and guide you in ways that you have not yet dreamed of or dared to anticipate. You have asked me for the plan, but I demand that you plan. If you plan, I will enter in and direct you. I am not a father who uses an assortment of rewards and punishments. Rather, I am a father who is loving, and on this day, I pour out my love over your life as an ointment that cures every wound. God invites you to be lifted up on this day. Be encouraged, and instead of looking back at what was and what will never be again, your focus should be on what is ahead. You shouldn't base your expectations or your standards on what other people are doing. You is one of a kind. You have a special place in my possession. There has never been anything on earth that can compare to what you are about to become and what I am bringing forth in your life. Refuse to establish such low standards for yourself and to look to man as your model. It is God who says, I said you would do the works that I have done, and you will go beyond and do greater works. Therefore, you should believe that and press into it, and you will not be disappointed. In today's message, the Father declares that the adversary will no longer have dominion over you or run roughshod over your life. I will chasten with the rod of my mouth the one who wants to detract from you and bring you into disrepute. I do not consider myself to be the God of detraction, rather, I am the God of excess. You won't be bothered by the state of poverty. You won't have to worry about being robbed, stolen from, or denied your voting rights. As the hyssop emerges from the wall and as a root emerges from dry earth, your God states that today will be the day that your health, your increase, and your promotion will emerge simultaneously. What the Father has to say is that you are located in the cleft of the rock that I am. You are coming clean from bad blood and the abandoning of those who loved you once but no longer love you. All my glory is going before you, and you are coming clean from these things. Acceptance has arrived, and it is acceptance in the Beloved that has lightened the burden of rejection. You will no longer act in a manner that is man-pleasing and attempting to win the favor of men. You will now pursue my favor with a single goal, and you will not be fazed by the opinion of man or his distortions of what you do, say, or testify. This is because I am the I am, and I have enabled you by my Spirit to walk in newness of life in a way that you have never been able to accomplish before.